Did you know that they're still making content for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? I kind of forgot as well, I'm not gonna lie. But the latest season of the game is arriving very, very soon. I know there's been tons of rumors out there about what their next game could be. We talked about that in a video that's already up on the channel. But they are still releasing content for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Since January, we've gotten that Joker season, we gotten Mrs. Freeze, and now we're moving on to Season 3. They tweeted out just a few days ago with the caption, "No one tell Deadshot, but Lawless, aka Zoe Lawton, arrives October 1st along with Season 3 of Suicide Squad," and they posted a key art of this new playable character named Lawless. As mentioned, this is Zoe Lawton, Deadshot's daughter, and yeah, the character of Lawless, at least this version of her, does not exist from the comic books, as far as I can tell. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. And hit that thumbs up button while you're there. And this is probably my biggest issue with this season. We're gonna get into that in a bit though. They also posted just today now what the roadmap for Season 3 looks like. We're gonna be getting a new playable character in Lawless, a melee weapon pack for the character, new infamy sets and notorious gear for Catwoman, Psycho, Ratcatcher, and Dr. Phosphorus, a Green Lantern Superman Brainiac fight in which I imagine we're gonna be saving Green Lantern. If we're going in the order of the characters that we killed, we brought back the Flash last season, we're bringing back Green Lantern I imagine this season. There's an ever-changing Metropolis, and it looks like we are going to be taking chunks of the Arkham Knight open world of Gotham and bringing it into this open world of Metropolis. A new battle pass with some skins that I don't very much care for, and then also there's going to be the mid-season update, episode 6, Scoundrels, with updated infamy sets and notorious gear for Gotham, the Riddler, and there's going to be new incursions, a new item shop, and then as well a Superman Brainiac fight. And yes, the new item shop skins that are going to be coming to the game are the new 52 inspired outfits for the Joker, Harley, Deadshot, and King Shark, all looking pretty solid in my opinion. They really should have had skins like this in the shop from day one, from so long ago. Comic book inspired skins, movie inspired skins, it feels like it's such an easy lob. I can't believe it took them that long to get some of these skins in the game. Batman Arkham Videos, fellow content creator, you may have heard of him, I'm sure you have, has posted as well a snippet of the gameplay for Lawless, the new playable character coming to this update. And while it's a very quick little bit of gameplay for the character, it didn't get me nearly as excited as I was when I saw Mrs. Freeze's gameplay. I didn't love the Mrs. Freeze season at all. I barely played it, if I'm honest with you, but the gameplay was solid, the traversal for the character was solid. Lawless, though, I'm not really hyped from what I'm seeing. I've very consistently said that I like the gameplay. I like the traversal in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. With Lawless, though, it looks very similar to that of Deadshot, which, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. It's Zoe Lawton. After all, it's the daughter of Deadshot, so I imagine a lot of her abilities and her moveset is going to be very inspired by her dad. But also, it's just to the point where it almost feels as though this is kind of an Echo character, you know? Like, there's some different animations when she's flailing in the air, all that stuff looks new. But for the most part, it's kind of flying around with a jetpack, and then hovering when you aim down sights to shoot things in the air. We'll see though, the update drops tomorrow. Maybe just this little snippet wasn't enough to get an understanding of all the things that she's going to be capable of. And there was a blog post to go over all the new stuff that's coming with this update. We got some new screenshots at Lawless and got to see some new skins for the character as well. We got a closer look at a lot of the weapons that are going to be coming with this update. And again, I will praise that the designs of the weapons are pretty cool. A lot of these weapons, they are based on characters in which I wish the character themselves was DLC in the game, but I digress. The Battle Pass skins don't look great, in my opinion. I'm glad to see Captain Boomerang's at least getting some love. We're also getting a Halloween-themed event for the game, and they showed off a Halloween skin for Deadshot, where he's got a pumpkin head. I like the design of that as well. It looks fun. And then, yes, once again teasing, there's going to be some incursions in this season where chunks of Arkham Knight's open world will now be implemented into the Metropolis open world. You can see in an image here, Metropolis with the clock tower from Batman Arkham Knight. So there's some stuff that's interesting. There's some stuff that, like, yeah, I'll jump in to check it out. But I think my biggest problem with this update is the character of Lawless. And now I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I have to play as a female. And, like, I mean, I'm not mad about that. I don't really care. I just wish that it was a character from the comic books. It's just that, like, why don't we get Killer Frost instead? Why don't we get, like, Captain Cold or Heatwave or just something different? Someone, like, from the Suicide Squad that we know from the comic books. Lawless, though, is just a completely different character. From the digging that I did, from the Googling that I did, Lawless is a character from the Suicide Squad in the comics. This time, though, completely different origin, completely different character. And it's not like they're borrowing kind of like the moveset that Lawless has in the comic books, but now making it that it's Zoe Lawton. It's just like, no, this is brand new. And I might be wrong. There may have been one panel in a really obscure comic that I didn't find in my Googling, okay? So I know somebody's gonna be in the comments probably telling me I'm a stupid idiot. But if I am not wrong, if it does end up being that we're getting a brand new character introduced into the DC mythos through Lawless with this update, what are we doing? I know we're getting Deathstroke last season, okay? That we can tell from that post-credit tease when you play through the base game, that last character they were hinting at, it's certainly Deathstroke. And I'm hyped about that. We're all hyped to see Deathstroke in an open world game where we can traverse around and have fun. We've been wanting that since the character was introduced to the Arkham lore with Batman Arkham Origins. But like up until then, it's just been one character after another where they're just not from the Suicide Squad, or they're not like that popular of a character, or characters that are very highly requested. Like, imagine if we could have gotten something like a Black Manta season where Aquaman was the big villain, a 6th Justice League member we didn't know was also taken over by Brainiac. That would have been sick. I don't make video games. I don't know how hard that would be to do, but at the very least, just the character of Black Manta would have been really awesome. There's plenty of Easter eggs in the open world, and there's even a weapon set for the character, so we know that he exists out there. We know that Rocksteady had him on their minds. It makes me so sad, though, that we're not going to be getting something like that as a full playable character. And then we have all these different weapon sets for really cool DC villains that would have been so fun to have in the game as their own playable characters as part of the Suicide Squad. Joker made a lot of sense, even as a character that's not necessarily part of the squad from the comic books that we all might know. It's still a character where it's like, I get it. I know why they're doing that. But with Lawless, I really don't understand. Because on one hand, you could say they want to introduce something new here and create a bunch of new lore and implement a new story for this character, but there's not going to be that much story. There's not going to be that much lore. The past DLC seasons have helped us understand that the most that we get out of this are some audio logs. And then, you know, like a motion comic to start, but that's just not enough to create a new character, in my opinion. I would have much rather, like I said, gotten something like a Killer Frost added into the game. Again, I'm going to be jumping into Season 4 absolutely with Deathstroke, and it looks like we are bringing back Justice League members. We brought back the Flash in the Mrs. Freeze DLC. If we're going in the order of the Justice League members we killed, I think that Green Lantern is going to be up next here. And then who knows what we're going to see in the future. They're going to bring back Superman and Batman, and if they do bring back Batman, were there any bits of dialogue that were recorded by Kevin Conroy before he had passed? That's all stuff that I imagine we're going to find out when the next season drops, but for now, October 1st, Season 3, Lawless is coming to the game. And with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about this latest update? Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Let's keep it civil in the comment section below, guys. Again, the people working on these games, they're human beings. Like, please, just be normal. But all right, sound off your thoughts in the comments. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.